Hi there, hope everyone's okay. My name is Ewan Hopkins and I'm here today to talk to you about Cardiff University and give you some reasons why you might want to consider studying at Cardiff. Hope you're all keeping well. I obviously would prefer to be doing this in your school or college, but obviously given everything that's going on, hopefully this will be a good substitute. I'm going to talk you through what it's like to be a student at Cardiff from an academic side of things, but also then towards the second half of the talk, more to do with social life and the city centre and living in Cardiff as well. All the information I'll talk about you can find on our website at cardiff.ac.uk, but hopefully, like I said, the next 20-25 minutes will give you a good flavour of what Cardiff can offer a student. So on the screen now, I've just got a kind of almost like a contents for what I'm going to talk about. I'll go over some of these in more detail throughout the talk, but just for now, we are part of the Russell Group. The Russell Group are 24 universities in the UK who are committed to academic excellence in teaching and research, and we are one of those, and the only one in Wales, which is something we are really proud of. In the most recent Research Excellence Framework in 2014, we were ranked 5th in the UK for the quality of our research and 2nd in the UK for the impact. £100 billion in research contracts. I will talk about research shortly, so I'll go over that in more detail in about 5 minutes. The location is something that's really helps Cardiff stand out. Students at Cardiff have got the benefit of being down the road from the capital city centre, so I will talk about that a bit later on and give you an idea as to what you can expect to do in Cardiff and why students do fall in love with the place. We've actually got close to 33,000 students from over 100 countries all over the world, so a massive number of students from everywhere all over the world, like I said. So you get to meet students from different parts, different cultural backgrounds, which is very exciting as well, but a very international flavour to the university. We've got over 300 degree programs, so over 300 courses you can choose from. I'll show you an example of some of our courses a bit later on, but a massive range of different subjects to decide between. If you're not sure what we offer, then do look on our website and find out if we do offer the course you're looking for. It's very easy to find on our website. Students are very satisfied when they come to Cardiff. 84% of students say they're satisfied with their experience at Cardiff, which is really high and well above the UK average. 96% of our students do also find work within 6 months of graduating or further training. That's good to look into because it shows you, what chance you've got afterwards of either getting a job or doing a postgraduate or a master's course. And 96% of our students do one of those. So you're going to stand a very good chance of getting or finding the career you want after you do graduate from Cardiff because of the skills you gain. But I'll talk about that a bit later on. As a university, we also, like I said earlier, we like to recognise excellence. So in the most recent Teaching Excellence Framework, we were awarded silver. You can see that 4 of our subjects have been ranked among the top 50 in the world by the prestigious QS World University Ranking 2020, and also 5 in the UK's top 10. So again, we stand out in that area as well. We offer a range of flexible degree structures. What I mean by this is that for most of our courses, you can actually, in years 2 and 3, pick and choose a lot of your modules, so it means you're able to tailor your degree and to suit your own personal interests. So there's certain research projects or certain modules you want to focus more on, you can pick and choose to do those in years 2 and 3. So it means you're learning what you want to learn, which ultimately makes you enjoy it more, your interest is heightened, and also your experience at university is so much better as well, because you're loving what you're learning. So there's that is really important to bear that in mind. On our website, you can find out about a lot of the modules on offer for each course, so you can do a bit more research into it so you know exactly what to expect and what's on offer for you. We also offer a range of prelim year courses, a mixture of vocational and professional content. This means you can actually work and get more practical experience alongside your course for some degrees as well. Placement work, which I'll get onto a bit later. A range of accredited courses. Accredited courses include our healthcare sciences, business, psychology as well, which means you're going to be able to register then to work in those careers in different fields when you graduate. And we're also undergoing the biggest campus upgrade in a generation. It's a £600 million investment, including brand new departments for journalism, which opened about 18 months ago, a brand new department for computer science and mathematics scheduled for 2021-22, and then also one that's undergoing construction at the moment, our Centre for Student Life, which I'll discuss a bit later on. With flexibility also comes the chance to do placements if you want to for certain courses, travel abroad as well, which I'll get onto a bit later. I mentioned research earlier on, when you might think, well, why is research important? Why does that matter to me? But there's lots of benefits to going to quite a research-intensive university. It means you're going to be taught by leading scholars and academic staff who are at the cutting edge of research. We've also, our staff and universities had breakthroughs in areas such as Alzheimer's disease, breast cancer and nuclear waste disposal as well. Very high standards of learning and teaching. We are regularly ranked very highly for our standards of learning and teaching in the UK. Students then benefit from a vibrant teaching environment, which again means you enjoy it more, you're more engaged and you're able to really take in this vibrant environment. There's also the chance to partake and learn firsthand from research. It's not just a case of reading about it and hearing about it secondhand. You're able to actually learn from it and work on it yourself. We've got the Cardiff University Research Opportunities Programme, or QROP for short, and that encourages students to get involved in research. So what will happen is students could get paid about £200 a week over summer, maybe 4 or 5 weeks, to get involved and partake in research firsthand on a range of different topics and areas. So it means you can develop research, analytical and communication skills, and also get paid to do so at the same time. So if that is of interest to you, then bear that in mind. But also, even if you're studying a course which you think isn't typically a very research intensive course, you're able to benefit from this very vibrant research environment, which does encourage students to get involved and to partake in these different projects as well. Students who come to Cardiff have got access to over 1.2 million printed books across all our libraries. We've got about 15 different libraries, many of which are 24/7, so you can go anytime you want during the week. We've got a lot of student support. So we've got the Student Support Centre, which offers advice and guidance and counselling on a whole host of topics like finance, health, housing, anything you can think of. We've got professionals there to help out. If I just jump to the right-hand kind of paragraph there, the centre for student life, this is going to be the new home for the Student Support Centre. And when I mentioned our biggest campus upgrade in the last couple of slides, this is a brand new £50 million building that's being built to house student support, bang in the middle of the Tays campus. It's going to be, as well as being a home for student support services, it's going to have social study spaces, consultation rooms, a very big seat auditorium, 550 seated, and very quiet contemplation spaces as well. So also a chance to get a bite to eat and something to drink as well in there. So it's going to be a really new social hub for the university that mainly houses student support and offers students the best experience they can get when they get to Cardiff. We've got a very active careers team, like I mentioned. You know, our main aim is to make sure students are ready for work in the world after they graduate. So we've got an active careers team offering CV writing workshops, help with a whole host of different things to get you more employable and more ready. The Student Mentor Scheme is a relatively new scheme at Cardiff, and that basically gives you peer support. So when you become a new student in year one, you'll be assigned a student mentor who is either in their second or third year, and they will be able to help out with you in the first year with settling in and other questions and things you might have on your mind as well. Normally the student mentor will be given about 10 students in year one, so you can meet up as a group and run workshops, and it just helps you settle in. It's just useful to know there is someone there who's been there and done it. They've been through your course. They know exactly what steps you're about to go through. So it's someone who you can turn to and have this peer support from whenever you want. We've also got Residence Life, which is where students act as wardens in our halls of residences. I'll get onto residences a bit later on, but having current students there to act as wardens, it means they can help you with moving in, with big shopping trips, with workshops, kind of icebreakers, those sort of things. So they give you loads of help. They'll knock on your door maybe twice in the first year, no more than that, just to check in on you, check you're okay. But they're always there. Their pictures are all over the accommodation, so you can give them a call or an email at any time if you want any help with settling in. We do appreciate it can be daunting to move into halls of residences, so having that support available for you when you're there really gives you a big advantage. The personal tutor. So the personal tutor is someone who works in your department, and they'll be on hand to help out with any questions you might have about the course or any other concerns you've got as well. And you can just book to meet them whenever you want as well. So one thing you'll get from this slide is there's a lot of support available to you. You're not going to have to go through anything alone. There is going to be loads of professional support and peer support as well from people who can help throughout the whole year. I mentioned earlier on about the number of courses we've got. We've got over 300 different degrees. I'm just going to show you our college structure very quickly, just so you've got an idea about the different courses we do offer. What I'm going to show you on the screen is our 3 different colleges. Within each there's different schools, and then within those schools there's going to be a number of different courses you can study. So we've got the College of Biomedical and Life Sciences and the College of Physical Sciences and Engineering, and as you can see on the screen they offer a range of different subjects. Healthcare sciences, for example, includes nursing, midwifery, physio, amongst others. Biosciences offer you the chance to start with one degree and then graduate with a different bioscience degree if you want to. Within that also is a chance to go abroad if you wish, but loads of different availability and courses throughout these different schools. And then last but not least, you've got the College of Arts, Humanities and Social Sciences. So English, geography, history, law, modern languages, to pick just a few in a very large department. So loads on offer for students. And like I said, if you're not sure what you want to do, or if you're not sure that Cardiff offers your first choice course, look on our website at cardiff.ac.uk and just find out what we offer, the different variations of the course. Can you do a placement? Can you go abroad? Can you do it with a language? Can you do it as joint honours? Loads of different things you can find out, all of which are available on our website. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a side step more to do with the city centre, and then more to do with living in Cardiff and accommodation and those sort of aspects you get from moving to university. So on the screen here, what I've got is a little map of Cardiff. Now, for anyone who hasn't been to Cardiff, it's normally not really what you expect. A lot of students think it's a capital city, so it's going to be massive, it's going to be huge and very spread out. But as a city centre, it's actually very, very small. On the map, the brown bit near the bottom, the little cluster there, that's the city centre. So all got some of the best shopping outside London there with St David's Shopping Centre. Then you've got loads of little labyrinths of really kind of Victorian, Edwardian, different independent stores and arcades as well. Major restaurants, retailers, whatever you can think of is there. You've also got, as you can probably see alongside the river, you've got the Principality Stadium, one of the largest stadiums in Europe. So everything's very, very close, and Cardiff Castle is there as well. Now, just above that, in the red box, you've got the main Cathays campus. So most of your courses, most of everything you need will be in that box there. If you go to the top of the map, in the blue box, you've got some more red buildings. That's the University Hospital of Wales, in which our students study medicine and dentistry and a couple of the healthcare sciences as well. So that's a little bit further out, but on a bus between those two campuses, you're looking at about 10 minutes. So very, very close knit. Accommodation-wise, is spread out across the city centre really, but the majority of which are within a very short walking distance. The big green park on the left-hand side, just above that, you'll see a small cluster of purple buildings. That's one of our big student villages called Talabont, which is 4 residences in one. So lots of students like the idea of studying there because of the big student community. Now, I stayed there when I was a student, and I'd walk to my lectures in the Cathay campus in about 10-15 minutes. So very, very close. And once you're there, you've got a capital city shopping centre about 5 minutes further walk. So something for everyone on your doorstep. So it's, like I said, it's something that students do often quite fall in love with when they get there, and how close everything is. The Students' Union is bang in the middle of the red box. So your central hub of stuff like that is bang in the middle of the Cathays campus. Very, very short walk to the city centre, like I've already said. Mentioned accommodation. There's lots of green spaces, and we're also home to the largest urban park in Wales. Cardiff actually has most green space per person of any large UK city. So as you can already see on this map here, there's loads of places to go and relax and have a sit down and go and enjoy in between lectures as well. So it's unique. It's quite a unique city centre. If you were to drive half an hour north from Cardiff, you'd end up at the Brecon Beacons mountain range. If you were to drive 25 minutes southwest, you'd end up on Barry Island. So things are very, very close knit to Cardiff, and it's a great place to be and also travel around in the surrounding area as well. As I've already mentioned, as a capital city, it is a thriving place to be. We took this quote from the Complete University Guide 2019. Cardiff is a thriving and attractive capital city, widely recognised as an outstanding place to live. So we think that sums us up pretty well. It's what students normally say when they do come to Cardiff for the first time. As the university, we were ranked 10th most beautiful university in the UK in the last time the Times Higher Education ranked this in this particular survey. These other words on the screen we've picked out of guides and clips to talk about Cardiff as well. So vibrant, exciting, bustling, inexpensive, safe and welcoming. So there's always stuff going on. Very cheap place to live, as I'll discuss very shortly. But also is it very safe and welcoming, very safe place to live, and students at Cardiff and people in Cardiff are very welcoming. You've got us at Cardiff University, you've got Cardiff Met up the road as well. So you've got a really big student atmosphere all within a very short distance. The purple flag you'll see, that is a bit like the blue flag for beaches and the green flag for parks, which is named Cardiff as a very entertaining, diverse and safe night out and place to live as well. So it's peace of mind to students. I should say this picture you'll see in the background is Cardiff Bay. It's a bit of a different scene to the city centre. On the map I showed you previously, if you were to go a little bit further down, you get to Cardiff Bay. It's the home to the Wales Millennium Centre, which is the building that looks a bit like an armadillo, if anyone knows that, which has regularly got shows and performances. It's also got really smart bars, restaurants, places to eat like Nando's and Pizza Express. So it's a bit of a different scene for students and parents when they come to visit as well. It's also home to the Cardiff Food Festival when that's held in Cardiff, and there's always loads going on here. Excuse me. We're also home to a lot more than just kind of what I've shown you on the map. There's also a lot to do with culture at Cardiff University. We're home to the BBC National Orchestra of Wales and also the Welsh National Opera. We've also got two very large concert venues in St David's Hall and the Motorpoint Arena, which regularly have comedians, shows, musicians touring through Cardiff. Again, being a capital city, we get lots of those performances here. Sport-wise, in the picture you'll possibly recognise the Principality Stadium, or otherwise known as the Millennium Stadium. One of the benefits of Cardiff as a city, and the stadium in particular, is that it's all on your doorstep. So it's the home to the Wales International Rugby Union team. So on a Six Nations Day, what you'll find is that the atmosphere will go through the whole city centre. So when Wales play at home against England, for example, the atmosphere goes through the whole city centre because it's all so small and close-knit. So it makes for a really exciting and vibrant place to be. A lot of stadiums I've visited in the past have been quite far away from the city centre, so this is quite unique in that sense, and it creates a really nice atmosphere. So we're the home to the Principality team, like I mentioned, the Cardiff City Stadium, which is home to the Cardiff City football team, Sophia Gardens, home to Glamorgan County Cricket Club, and also home to some of the Ashes Test matches between England and Australia. Welsh Varsity, so in terms of the university itself, Welsh Varsity is a day in March or April of every year where Cardiff University and Swansea University compete in over 40 different sports. It's held in Cardiff one year and then Swansea the next, and it alternates. It's a really fun day to get involved in. You'll find that most students at Cardiff, and I'm sure Swansea as well, would say that if they look forward to one day more than any in the university calendar, it's Welsh Varsity. So it's really good if you're not playing, even just spectating and travelling to Swansea for the day or watching in the stadium. It's a really, really big thing to get involved in. The pinnacle is the men's rugby match, which is played in the Principality Stadium in Cardiff. We're home to the International Sporting Village. We've got the UK's first on-demand whitewater rafting centre, and we're home to the Cardiff Half Marathon as well. We, as a university, we finished in the top 14 in the most recent BUCS League, the British Universities and Colleges League, which is where all the universities compete against each other. And if anyone does play sport to a national level, then you can look at our Sport High Performance Programme, which is available for elite athletes, which offers a scholarship, amongst other things as well. One thing I'll say about sport quickly is that you don't have to play sport. You're not expected to have played to a certain level before you get to university, but I would always recommend trying something new. It's a good chance to meet people and to try new things and develop new passions for things you didn't realise you had. And then finally, TV-wise, home to BBC Wales, BBC Cymru. Lots of filming gets done in Cardiff, so the university buildings are regularly seen in Doctor Who and Sherlock in particular. Dark Materials, Casualty as well, all of which filmed in Cardiff, and then Gavin and Stacey, which is filmed, a lot of it is filmed in Barry, which is just down the road, as I mentioned a bit earlier on. So it's a really exciting place to be. There's always lots of stuff going on at Cardiff, and it's a really vibrant capital city to live in. That takes me on nicely to living in Cardiff. We've got a choice of 16 different residences, so it's quite unique in that sense that there's a lot of variation for students. Over 70% of those rooms are en suite. We've got a mixture of self-catered and fully catered rooms. Self-catered is where you cook meals yourself, and then fully catered or part catered is where The university will cook some or all of your meals for you. It's all very affordable. You can see on the right hand side that Cardiff has been named the most affordable university city in the UK by the NatWest Student Living Index 2019. So it's a very cheap place to live, and in line with that, the accommodation is very affordable. All in a great location, all within walking distance. The one that's probably a little bit further out is a short walk away from Roath Park or some of our busiest shopping and food outlet streets just outside of the city centre, and they run shuttle buses back and forth for free to the university campus. So all in a great location. And they're all within walking distance of some of the best shopping in the UK, like I mentioned, just down the road. In terms of accommodation, I appreciate that you can't really get to open days or anything like that at the moment, but do take a look online, take a look at virtual campus tours and find out a bit more about accommodation and what's available to you as well. Okay, just as I come towards the last couple of minutes, just in terms of global opportunities, just to say every single student who comes to Cardiff, regardless of their subject, does have the chance to study abroad or to go abroad as part of their time at Cardiff. So they can spend either a year or a semester abroad. We have European exchanges, partners across 25 EU countries. We're one of the top ranked higher education institutions in USA, Canada and Australia. So we offer international exchanges. We offer internships and volunteering opportunities. And also there's Welsh for All and Languages for All. These are 2 free schemes where whatever course you take, you can learn the language for free alongside it. So Welsh for All is fairly self-explanatory. That's quite good for students who come to Cardiff, because lots of students who come to Cardiff University do end up staying in Cardiff and living in Cardiff after they graduate. And then being able to show that you've been learning Welsh and you've got Welsh language to a certain level can make you stand out in trying to get jobs. Languages for All also free, like I said, and there's around 8 or 9 different languages you can choose from, where students can learn French or Arabic amongst many others for free for one evening alongside their studies. And that again is good for employability, because companies do like people who can speak different languages and can work internationally as well. So really important to bear this in mind. I appreciate the moment that it may seem like going abroad is miles away, but it's by the time you guys were to come to Cardiff University, everything should be back up and running as normal as it will be. Just to finish off a bit more about student life, we've got a Students' Union, which is regularly ranked one of the best in the UK. In the most recent What Uni Student Choice Awards 2019, we were ranked top 3 in the UK. The Students' Union is a kind of central hub for all the social life at university. Ours has got its own bar, its own nightclub, its own places to eat. It's got hairdressers, bookshop. It's got a co-op. It's got one of the top ranked student letting agencies in Wales as well. So it's got pretty much everything you can think of that you would expect in a student union and more. It's home to over 200 societies and 60 sports clubs, so something for everyone to get involved in. It's also home to the student newspaper, radio and TV stations. This is where students studying whatever they want can get involved in these different things. Excuse me. It's good for, again, employability and to get more experience and to meet new people all over the university studying a range of subjects. And also a chance to volunteer, development skills and also work opportunities. We've got something called Job Shop, where students can sign up to a kind of ad agency, where anytime any jobs are available in the university or the city centre, an email will go around which will say, this is the work, can you get involved? And then students can make good money. Students can work on match days in the stadium, they can work in the Students' Union, they can work on open days, they can do a whole host of different things. Just to finish off for me, hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully it gave you a bit more of a flavour into what students who come to Cardiff can expect academically and socially. To find out more information, you can go on the UCAS website. The Cardiff website's the best place to come to find out more about courses at Cardiff. There's also phone numbers and email addresses there as well. We do have a virtual open day on Friday the 3rd of July. That'll be a good chance to find out more about the university. There'll be talks, very general talks, but also talks on different courses, a chance to speak to current students and admissions tutors and see accommodation and places like that as well. The one thing I will say is, if any of you are worrying and thinking, well, I can't go to open days physically, so how am I going to get the best experience? To be honest, having virtual open days is probably the best thing to have, because Open days physically are great. You get to go and see it for yourself, but you only really get to go to 4 or 5, because any more than that would become quite expensive. You wouldn't get that many days off school or college or work either. Whereas with virtual open days, you could sit in your sofa and watch 50 if you wanted to. So you can go to as many of those as you actually can go to. So it's a really good chance to find that more and to get as much information as you possibly can. So do join us on Friday the 3rd of July. If you go on our website at cardiff.ac.uk and you want to find out more about it, just search open days when you get on there and you can register your place there. If this talk is after the 3rd of July, we are hopeful to have some after summer, and we'll release dates and information on those in due time as well. That's all from me. Hopefully that's been helpful. Like I said, good luck with the rest of your year. Look after yourselves and stay healthy, and best of luck.